What's going on, everybody? Big Dog Brett, welcome back to the channel. How's your Saturday? If you guys are watching live, great. If you guys are not, thanks so much for watching the show. We're going to go over a lot of stuff today. We're going to be doing, I'm going to be switching back and forth between the Wisconsin game, Texas A&M game, Oklahoma game, just kind of watching as we go along here. So right now, Wisconsin is starting to drive here, and I'm actually kind of surprised at how well Northwestern is holding up. So it's been pretty interesting so far. Let me close this door, guys. Hang on. What's up, guys? Good morning. My favorite football YouTuber. I appreciate that, Rogue. James Willoughby, what's going on, Sarah? Sorry we had a little kind of a late start today, guys. Spent a little time riding around and checking out the landscape here. Was absolutely beautiful this morning. Cloud cover was here. We had a little bit of fog, and it kind of sat down on the mountain, so we drove up into the mountains. What's going on, Jay? Got a bye week for Georgia, so not much to do. Oh, what's up, VT Dub? Woo! As you guys jump on, if you would, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. It helps make the video trend, so it goes through the metrics a lot better when you guys use the thumbs up button, so it really helps the channel. Right now, I'm kind of just keeping tabs on the Wisconsin game and the, what's going on, Dwayne? Looking at Wisconsin, looking at Texas A&M, looking at just kind of a bunch of different stuff that's going on right now, so obviously, you guys know on YouTube I can't show you the guys' games, but appreciate that thumbs up, Sarah. Oh yeah, appreciate it, Jay. We really do like it. Also, thanks, Rogue, for the thumbs up here. Switching over to the Texas Tech game, Oklahoma at Commercial. Let's see. Let's see what Vanderbilt's doing. I'm sure they're not winning. Oh man. So how's everybody Saturday, man? How's everybody doing? Oh, Vanderbilt's already scored on Northern Illinois. It's actually kind of a surprise. Let's see. Let me get over here to, what was it, ESPN that was running the, ESPN is running the Texas A&M Arkansas game. So let's see where we're at with that. If he keeps going like he's going, he will. How about Texas A&M? 4th and 12 right now against Arkansas. Just missed the interception. Let's see. That guy was wide open, man. How can you not catch that? It's terrible. So the games I'm interested in watching today, got up early and watched the SEC Nation. Nice. So I want to see how Oklahoma does against Texas Tech. Obviously, everybody's going to be watching Wisconsin. Iowa should crush Middle Tennessee. I'm interested to see what Michigan's going to do against Rutgers. Rutgers not a great team, but not a terrible team. Watching Texas A&M, Arkansas. Not really worried about Syracuse. I'll keep an eye on the Vanderbilt game, just out of curiosity. Then there's actually a pretty good break between there and Alabama. I want to see how Notre Dame handles Virginia. Notre Dame should handle them pretty well, but we'll see what happens. If they have a hangover from the loss from Georgia, they could lose that game, but they should win it. On at the same time is Washington versus USC. Washington should win that game. Michigan State, who's barely still in the top 25, they're playing Indiana at 3:30, and I don't know if there's any night games here worth watching. Let me see. I really haven't had a chance to look over all this stuff. Auburn versus Michigan State. If Auburn loses that game, I'll be surprised, but it wouldn't hurt my feelings. Wisconsin's not looking all that great right now, man. I think they just had to settle for a field goal or something. Auburn at 7. UCF versus UConn. They should win that game easily. Kansas State versus Oklahoma State. Meh. The Ohio State versus Nebraska. I will be watching that game. That's a late game. I'm not a fan of Nebraska, just basically for the same reason a lot of these teams I'm not fans of. It's because of their fans and the way their fans act. So Do I think Auburn's going to be looking a little bit ahead to Florida? It's possible, but Bo Nix sucks. So I don't see how it would. He's not good enough for them to be looking ahead. He's really kind of got to focus on what's right in front of him, and if he's not, he's going to struggle. So, and then Utah playing Washington State. That's a late game. Hawaii, Nevada, UCLA versus Arizona. I mean, there's not a whole lot of good football games today. I will definitely be keeping an eye on the Kentucky versus South Carolina game. I did see that it looks like Tennessee is got a really tough opponent this week. They may lose that game, so I'm worried about them. They're playing against. They lost to BYU this week. They're playing against BYE, so they may struggle. How is Auburn ranked ahead of Wisconsin? I think the reason Auburn's ranked ahead of Wisconsin is because they did have that win against Oregon, but I don't suspect that's going to change. And one of the reasons that a lot of people question the rankings after about 4 or 5 weeks is because they're like, well, this team's playing better than this team's playing better than that. Look at Arkansas getting a sweep against. They got like 8 yards against A&M. What's A&M doing, man? If A&M loses to Arkansas, man. Oh, man. So, yeah. The reason a lot of teams don't move up and down in the rankings the way you should or the way you think they would through the eyeball test is because it's really one of those things where a team has to lose or barely win before they'll get moved around. Checking out this Texas A&M game. Arkansas, it's kind of what you expect right now, overthrown passes and missed field goals. Texas A&M should be crushing Arkansas. Arkansas is a terrible team. They just are. I mean, I don't know what the spread is in this game, but Texas A&M should run away with it. And yes, Bo Nix is trash. Gus is going to run out of trick plays this season. The good and elite teams that he plays on a regular basis, he has losing records to. He losing records to both Georgia and Alabama. His in-state rivalry and their biggest rivalry out of state, they losing records to both. I don't know how they keep that guy there, but I'm okay with it. Auburn has the best resume so far, beat 2 ranked opponents both away from home. Yeah, but that they may have the better wins, but again, it's one of those things where if you don't have a win, having a win or a better win isn't going to necessarily move you up or down in the schedule. It's kind of like you stay where you're at until you have a reason to not stay where you're at, and it works that way for everybody. So, see, Arkansas is actually running pretty tough football here. I'm going to flip over to the other game. All right, Oklahoma. Did Oklahoma get a touchdown? Yep, Oklahoma just got a touchdown. So that's 6-0 in the first. 7-0 in the first quarter. Really not impressed. It looks like Wisconsin just scored 2, so 7-0. They're basically halfway through the first quarter before either one of these teams got a touchdown. Who's Florida playing today? Nobody? Arkansas's quarterback had all day to throw that ball right there. What time's Florida play? Memphis beat Navy. How about that? Duke killed Virginia. That makes that game that Duke and Alabama played makes it look even better. Townsend 4. We'll see what happens in that game. Trent Henry said, "Is that your first time in the channel, sir? I didn't. I don't remember saying your name too much before." Oh, Sergeant Peppers. Oh, what's going on, buddy? Hey, man. Thanks for jumping on the channel. Hey, for you guys who don't know, Trent Henry, I met this guy in person here in Jasper. Really cool guy. I don't know if he has any videos or not, but if he does, you guys make sure you subscribe to him. He's a really cool guy. Do I think Pitt can run the table and become 10-0, North Carolina being the only real threat? Yeah, because honestly, the way Pitt played against UCF was pretty incredible. Watching the way that North Carolina has played, I've not been impressed. If Pitt can keep up that momentum, they could very well have an 11 or 10 win season. Excuse me. Tuscaloosa, man, are you guys going to complain about it being a 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock game instead of a noon game? think Penn State is a huge sleeper. They committed murder against Maryland. Penn State's one of those teams where, I mean, honestly, Penn State's kind of like Vanderbilt, man. I mean, you never know what you're going to get out of that team. Some days you get a really good football team. Some days you get garbage. Who's going to win the Heisman? If Justin Fields continues on like he's going and he doesn't win the Heisman, I'll be floored. Guy's setting records. I think he's 19 or 20 touchdowns already this year. No interceptions. Like 10,000 yards in passing. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But Bartholomew, that's not fair. Hot rod for Heisman. I'd love to see that kid make seats in the shade. That's what's up. I love sitting in the shady side of the stadium. Vanderbilt could go 11-1 in the ACC, probably. At the Pitt versus Delaware, probably going to leave at halftime if it's a blowout. I wouldn't, dude. There's nothing else going on today. You might as well sit around and enjoy the atmosphere. Drink a few cold ones, have a few hot dogs. UGA should be undefeated heading into Jordan O'Hare. And they should be undefeated when they leave Jordan O'Hare. I mean, it just should. Georgia's got to figure out its passing game. We got a lot of injuries, so this bye week couldn't come at a better time for us. Gives us an opportunity to heal up and get better and get after it next week. So I'm obviously, you guys are saying I'm not doing the show outside. It's a little too hot. It's a little too muggy for me to do a show outside today. Hold on a second here. Try not to sneeze. Nope, gonna sneeze anyway. Woo! Tired of seeing QBs win the Heisman. You know, at this point, I would really almost kind of want to see an award just for quarterbacks because it seems to be all they do every year. What's up, Mr. Bombi? Jordan Taylor might win it. Jordan Taylor's a beast. What you eating, son? Got you a hammy burger? Mm-hmm. He got a hamburger from Burger King. He just got off work, man. Kid's been working his tail off. What's up, Jags Nation? There's Batman. One of my viewers. Hey, honestly, would be surprised if Auburn upsets Georgia. Also, would be surprised if Georgia beats Auburn by 4 touchdowns. Well, that's Auburn. So I mean, that happens all the time. In rivalry games, you never know what's going to happen. Hey, do me a favor, guys. We got 20 or 30 people on here. The counter on my end's always weird. $190. You almost at $200, man. Mm-hmm. He ought to take me to lunch. Hey, can you get me a Georgia jersey with that?
I don't know.
Yeah, you can. I'm just letting you know. Hey, do me a favor. How many guys? How many people does it say is in the stream now, and you guys is in? Because on my end, it always says something different. Where does the remote? There it is. Let's see. 23. Okay. It says 8. I'm showing 24, so who knows? It's always hard to tell.
You're lucky you don't have a wolf spider under that couch.
Right? 12 people. Yeah, it's always. Hey, what's up, Texas Rocks? Who do you guys play today? What's up, buddy? Oh, a big one?
I woke up and I almost stepped on it.
Good. Flatten him. Is Texas playing today? Oh, let me go live. There we go. 24. Thanks, sir. Wisconsin's got the ball back with 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. No, it literally says 8 watching. I don't know why. Yeah, it says 22 now, so people get jumped off. You got out bye week, too, as well. Tip pass and caught by a lineman? Or was it dropped? No, incomplete pass. So, yeah. Is FSU playing today? Man, all these bye weeks are throwing me off, man. Really not used to all these bye weeks in North Carolina State. So do me a favor, guys. Share the video, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever it is you guys traffic. It really helps the channel, and I really appreciate it. I know a lot of you guys, you come to the channel on a regular basis, and I really appreciate you guys being here. We're getting really close to the 1,800 number. I'll get to James Cook in a minute. It really helps the channel. We're trying to build the channel up to that 2,000 mark by the end of the season, and I need you guys' help. And the thumbs up is great. The subscription that you guys have already given me is great, but it's that sharing it so that other people see the content that really helps it along. Thoughts on James Cook? James Cook is an outstanding running back, but he needs more game experience. You're probably going to see him get game experience in the bigger games we play. The guy's a speed demon. He's not really a power back like Brian Herrien is. I like him a lot. and I think that he's going to do great things for Georgia. DeAndre Swift started out as kind of in that role of that speed demon, get to the corner and just blaze you up through the middle or whatever. And after a while, he developed the size and the talent. Now he can take it up the gut. Got another bye. We got another bye week. Yeah, you guys have 3 bye weeks? Good grief. Somebody asked a question here. I missed it. I don't know what it was. Oh, Georgia played awful against Notre Dame. I can't stand Brian Kelly. I can't either. One of the things, and so here we go, going down a rabbit hole. Brian Kelly come out there and made a comment about the guy that bumped into Jake Fromm and went down and was doing this. That guy was like, he had cramps. Anybody ever heard of an eye cramp? Because I've never heard of one. I mean, I'm sure you can get one, but how did eye drops fix cramps? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. That guy's just garbage. I would have had more respect for that guy if he would have came out. Thanks, Trent. I really appreciate it. I would have had more respect for that guy if he would have came out and said, "Hey guys, we don't know that it was a faked injury, but I'm going to have a conversation with my guys about it." That's not the kind of image we want to put out and put on the field. I try to do nothing but good things, man. I don't always succeed, but that's what I try. I'd love to see Notre Dame win today. They win and they make our win look. What I'd love to see is I would love to see Notre Dame just at this point trash everybody except one team, and then just barely lose to them, because at that point it's a 2-loss team. No way they're getting in the playoffs. Their season's over for sure, for real, for done. Kill some buffalo wings right now, but they're so expensive. Hey, Rogue, if you will take yourself down to Walmart and get you a bag of wings, take them back home, leave them in the bag, cut the bag open, pour you some nature seasoning in there, shake it up real good, and throw that on the grill. Hey, they ain't expensive and they're really good, and then you can put you some buffalo sauce on the side. Some of that Frank's buffalo wing sauce. It's amazing. SEC Shorts did a good video. I saw that video. I liked that too. They got the lighting from Georgia in there too. It was pretty neat the way they did that. Alabama's going to get beat by Auburn. What's your thoughts on that? Braden, I think you're on the good, man. Yeah, hey, for those of you that like pepper jellies and jams and all kind of stuff like that, Trent Henry and his wife, they make that stuff and they sell it at the farmer's market here in town, which is only about 2 miles from my house, and the stuff is amazing. They'll ship it anywhere, I believe anywhere in the United States, they'll ship it to you, and it is absolutely worth every penny. So if you want stuff that's not over-processed, that's not processed really at all, it's quality, it's homemade, it's handmade, it's made by a veteran. That guy, go check him out. You guys will love his stuff. It's amazing. Auburn offense isn't looking too good this season. It isn't shocking. I think that if it fits, it ships. That's Trent. You tell him, buddy. I think they have a Facebook page too. Trent, if you guys have a Facebook page, man, go ahead and post it in the channel, man, so everybody can see it. Yeah, go ahead and post your link, dude. People are really disrespecting Bama. As a UGA fan, unfortunately, the SEC goes through Bama. Brett, you got to tell them to take it out of the bag on chicken wings. He said some trolls will burn their house down. No, it just gives them a light plastic coating. It just makes it a little more durable. No, I'm going to take Alabama over Auburn. Nick Saban has already proved, and his staff have already proved that they can. How's the new house going? It's going awesome. Nick Saban's already proved he can outcoach Auburn no matter what they got. I think they play Auburn pretty late in the year. By that time, the one running back they have, Whitlow or whatever, he'll be ground to dust. He won't be able to run the ball and move the ball. So it's not a big deal. Man, Artie, I appreciate that, dude. I don't have a problem with anybody that, if I know them, I trust them, I like them. If I believe in what they're doing, I'm going to help them. Other people have helped me. They had no reason to help me, had no benefit from helping me. No reason I can't do the same. You cannot run the ball in this Wisconsin defense. Extremely good. Right now, I'm watching Hunter Johnson, trying to deal with this Wisconsin team. Right now, they're backed up to about the 6-yard line, and let's see what he can do. It's 3rd and 9. Bryant Denny, hold on. What'd you say? Do you remember that Brian Kelly made that comment about Derek Mason? He said something about him being bad football and no class at all. Can't believe he is. Well, I mean, I have no respect for Brian Kelly, none at all. He's like Mark Richt without the morals. Alabama up by 2 touchdowns already. And then Northwestern just started and backed themselves up there inside. They were at the 6-yard line. Now they're going to be at the 2.5-yard line. It's terrible. Wisconsin's playing Northwestern. Benjamin. All right, let's go through the channel here and see who we got on here. I'm going to go read some names. Braden Jones, Trent Henry, which is Sergeant Peppers on Facebook. Go check him out. Benjamin Hawkins, Bulldog Freakazoid, Brian in the Stadium, Texas Rocks, Sam King. I saw Sarah earlier. VT Dub, C-Dog West, Not Just Rocks, PL or PI / Rogue Assassin. What's going on, buddy? Artie Clegg, glad to see you back in the channel, sir. Sarah Crane, Bartholomew Yao. I love that name. CJ Miami Kane and Alex DeBarros. Bulldog's going to win the whole thing this time. Time they can't pull the backup quarterback BS. Yeah, that's right. Yes. Put on a shirt, Stevie Wonder. Nobody wants to see that thing. Pitt only has VT Boston. Yeah, they really ain't got nobody. So, Artie, after you've had a chance to watch Auburn and watch Florida a little bit, what is your thoughts on those two teams now? Do you think they're still going to beat Georgia? Justin Fields or Jalen Hurts? Depends on what you're asking, sir. Jalen Hurts certainly has the experience, and you can't go wrong with a guy who's been on the big stage. Was he 24-2, and now I don't know what he is now. He's like 28-2 as a starter. And then you got Justin Fields, who's 4-0 as a starter, who's showing unbelievable talent, but it's his first year as a freshman quarterback. So let's see. I don't know. If you had to tell me right now, I got to pick a quarterback to play in a national championship, I'd have to pick Jalen Hurts. I'd have to. Overall better quarterback, I'd have to say Jalen Hurts. He's played some of the toughest teams in the country consistently, repeatedly, repetitively, and he's come out on top every time. Fields or Fromm. Depends on the type of system. If you're running the type of system Ohio's running, then you got to pick Fields. If you're running the type of system that Georgia's running, you got to pick Fromm. To be honest, I don't know. I think the SEC will be unpredictable this year. Top best 5 quarterbacks this year, Jalen Hurts, Jake Fromm, obviously Justin Fields. I guess you'd have to say Trevor Lawrence. And then after that, I mean, I'm kind of impressed. I've been kind of impressed so far with Helinski at South Carolina. And I've been kind of, oh, man, Northwestern just busted for like a 50-yard run against Wisconsin. Holy crap. Who will finish second in the SEC West? Right now, in my opinion, it's a toss-up between LSU or Auburn. It could be either one. Sam Ehlinger. Yeah, that's the other guy. Sam Ehlinger is a beast. That guy is better than I gave him credit for last year. Way better. Man, Northwestern is starting to pick apart. Oh, and he fumbled, but he recovered it. They're starting to pick apart Wisconsin. They're going to try and make it a game. Joe Burrow. The thing is, though, Sam, is that they just implemented that new offense. I got to wait and see. I'm one of those guys where, yeah, they may be a true freshman quarterback or whatever. I don't give them a whole bunch of credit. Design quarterback draw. Oh, man, he just ran for 20. Oh, my goodness. Northwestern just ran for a touchdown on a quarterback sneak draw. I mean, a quarterback design run. Holy cow. Kellen Mond or Bo Nix? Bo Nix. Just because I want to play against Bo Nix. Georgia did not try the Sugar Bowl. Whether we tried or not, we didn't play that game the way we should have. Texas come out and won that game. I mean, we just should have played better. They came out and played their behind off, and we didn't. They won that game, and we didn't. So, it's what it is. Well, keep in mind, Brian, Georgia shut Tua down. I mean, so I know the guy can be shut down. Oh, he stepped out at where did he step out at? Oh, man, that's like he stepped out at the 7-yard line. He's clearly out. They're going to pull that back. Tua looks better this season, but your defense doesn't look as good, man. Got to tighten up that defense. They'll get it fixed, though. He's out. He's clearly out. Tua isn't as special as everyone thinks. Tua is a special talent. He really is. But, I mean, nobody's unbeatable. Nobody's unbeatable. I think that when LSU plays against Auburn, LSU's defense is the real weakness. For them, their defense is giving up 30 points to everybody. If you let Auburn get that carried away with you, it's likely that they could just maintain possession of the ball and keep you from getting out on the field. Get your defense even more tired. It's going to be a problem. Yeah, no QB's perfect. We did a good job both times. We didn't finish the game. Both times we didn't finish the game. Alabama puts into his brother in against Georgia, and then Georgia loses. I highly doubt that, sir. Bo Nix isn't the best QB but he gets smart. He's not throwing interceptions, at least not like it was the first quarter Oregon game. Bo Nix got a lot of growing to do, man. Bo Nix is not a Justin Fields. Bo Nix is not Trask. He's not. So you got a lot of work. Got a lot of work to do ahead of him. So, all right, this Wisconsin really on the field. They just spotted this ball on the 8-yard line. I want to see if they punch it in. And you guys always do a great job of spoiling the game for me because I watch on the PlayStation View, so it's behind all you guys. So by the time somebody's like touchdown, field goal, and I'm like, son of a. What I really need is like 2 or 3 of you guys to jump in here and just troll me with bad information from time to time, so I really don't know. Do they sell beer at the Georgia games? I don't think so. I know that it was approved at certain colleges, but I don't think the University of Georgia is allowing that. Tua Hurts is going to end up like RG3 or Johnny Manziel. I think Jalen Hurts, in my opinion, is more of an NFL-style quarterback, but you just got to wait and see. Bama versus LSU looks like a Big 12 game. I don't know, dude. I think that the Alabama defense will be able to stop them. Wisconsin picks it off. I hope you're trolling me, dude. I don't know. Bo Nix has a lot of maturing to do. He gets shook. He's got a lot of growing, but Rogue is trolling me. All right, so I'm gonna watch this right here. It's 2nd and 7. I want to see what happens. Ball is on. Looks like on the 10-yard line. That first down would be at the 3-yard line. Fakes the handoff. Tries it up the gut. Wisconsin's all over that. Sack for loss of about 2 yards. 3rd down and 10. Pick 6, Wisconsin. Just checked out the Georgia plays Clemson. We play them next year too, buddy. Or is that? No, we play Alabama next year. Excuse me. You guys are trolling me. I think Nix is going to struggle a bit against Florida blitzes. Yes, and I think that Georgia's going to dial up the pressure when we play Florida, and you're going to see that quarterback struggle too. Yeah, where is Tiger Raven? I haven't seen him this morning. Normally, he's like one of the very first ones to jump on. I mean, he's like right there. I haven't seen Kid this morning. I haven't seen Freddie G. I haven't seen Vernon Speak Sports. Haven't seen any of those guys. I just saw online Georgia has never beaten Pitt, so I hope we play Georgia sometime soon. Sir, y'all don't want to play Georgia. Y'all don't want to play Georgia. Here he goes. Pass. He's back to the 20. Rolled out to the right. Throws off foot. Throws it out of bounds. 4th and 9. They're going to take a field goal. I think it's because your stream is so late. I mean, it's possible. I mean, a lot of teams come on. Who has the best defense in the SEC? Depends on what you're talking about, Alex. If you want to talk about points per game, it's probably Georgia. Because at this point, I think Georgia's only allowed something like, I want to say 8 or 9 points a game at the most. Rogue Assassin. Yeah, I'm getting there, man. Why does Bammer never schedule anyone good out of conference? And he made a field goal. These games a lot of times are scheduled out a lot further than then you really care to think about. I mean, they schedule them out sometimes 7, 8 years. The SEC schedule, each side of the SEC has. Let's see, does it get over or did he miss it? Wait a minute, did they call it a? Oh, they did call it. Okay, they did call it a field goal. So what you're looking at is each team has 7 teams that they play in their own division, plus they have an in-state rivalry, plus they usually have a cross division rivalry. So every year, Georgia plays 6 SEC East teams. Then they play a in-state rivalry and a cross-division rivalry. So that right there in itself is 8 games. So that leaves 4 games to play whomever. So a lot of times they're going to play a couple of cupcake games up front, and then whomever else they can actually schedule. So by the time you figure out everybody's scheduling, it can be difficult. Now, what I do want to know is why Nick Saban jumped on there and was talking about nobody wants to play us, and we can't find any good opponents. But yet UCF was taking out billboards and putting the college's phone number on them to schedule it. Oh, man, what a return. He got up to about the 28. Don't worry, Bama's OOC schedule will be getting tougher real soon. Yeah, it will. UJ struggles getting wide receivers is because we're a running team and we're not making it for great receivers. We've had great receivers in the past, and actually one of the reasons that we've managed to get good receivers in the past is because our wide receiver depth is not that deep, so these guys know they'll play. Not what you want, but that's what it happens. What did you think of the Ole Miss and Bama game? Is that today?
My shirt should be a thing for one of your intros.
Was that?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Did I offend you? Yeah. UFC would get destroyed anyway. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I mean, he shouldn't have jumped down there and said that. Hold on one second. I think that Alabama will win that game by 30 or 40 points, man. Yeah, you guys will win that game by 30 or 40 points. According to Nick Saban, a lot of Grooms will not agree to play us out of conference teams. Scream, we want Bama. Their coaching staff declines. So, they're talented. They just don't have speed. Hey, what's up, OG Fran? The thing is that he can say that. He can really say, Nick Saban can get up there and say whatever he wants. But at the end of the day, Nick Saban does not want to play UCF. He don't. Why would he? Nick Saban does not want to play Notre Dame. Why would he? Because here's the thing. Yeah, Texas didn't decline. Texas is like, yep, we'll play you, which is fine. I'm glad to see Texas getting their feet back under them before, so that there's more than one team out there in the big whatever y'all are in, whatever, big 27, 28, whatever number conference y'all are in. Oh, it's the Big Ten. That's right. So Wisconsin is not picking up the first down. So Wisconsin seems to be struggling right now. At the end of the first quarter, it's 7-3. Because there's no benefit whatsoever for Alabama to play UCF or to play Notre Dame or to play some big out-of-conference name. Because if they lose, it's extremely damaging. And if they win, it's not that big of a benefit to them because they still got to go through the SEC East champ. And right now, if you're in the SEC and you win the SEC championship, you're going to playoff. That's just how it's going. Have we seen Georgia's backup quarterback? Do we still think Georgia will be dominant when Jake Fromm leaves? Yes. We've got DeJuan Mathis, who is a phenom quarterback, and then right behind him we've got Carson Beck, and that guy's a phenom quarterback. One of those two guys will be incredible. We just don't know which one yet. DeJuan Mathis has been out due to a head injury and concussion protocol, or was it brain surgery? I think it was brain surgery. But he should be back pretty soon. And I'm sure he's getting reputable play, and by the end of the season, he should be back into the mix. But, they're not really giving a whole lot of information out about that guy right now. Georgia backup has a better arm strength than Jake, Jake just doesn't fold under pressure. So if you're talking about Stetson Bennett looked really good in a spring game, but it's a spring game. Get him in a real game, he looked like hot garbage. I mean, he gave up basically 2 touchdowns because he threw an interception, and the other one he couldn't move the ball down the field. So, I mean, just not really impressed with that guy. Let me check out the Texas A&M game. What are you doing, boy?
My foot powder in my shoes.
Nice hair.
Thanks.
Texas A&M struggling with Arkansas, 7-3. Yeah, Wisconsin's struggling, man. Carson Beck has looked like trash this year in high school. Absolutely horrible. I didn't know that.
Wait, what is that? Saturday or?
Hey, what's up, OG Fran? Thoughts on? Cause thank you for the super chat, by the way. It's like the first super chat I've had in like 3 weeks. Thoughts on conservative plays versus Notre Dame. Couple of thoughts. I think that some of the play calling was really conservative because we were missing some of our key players, and we didn't want to get out there and try to wild out. I think that at the end of the day, if you take away the muffed punt, which gave them a touchdown at the very beginning of the game, that game looks completely different on paper. It now looks like a 23-10 win, which looks much better. I don't think we scored the amount of points that we should have thrown. He's thrown more picks than touchdowns this year, and it's not even close. Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, he may have a lot going on in his life. We know the talent's there. We've seen it before. So get him into a UGA training camp, and we might be able to get him turned around. The conservative play calling that Georgia put out there cost us the game in previous years. I think that the ability to go for the throat sometimes is really what needs to happen. I'm not sure if that game plan was Kirby Smart or James Coley or a combination of both. But I feel like we really should have been more aggressive than we were. That 4th and 1, best offensive line in the country. Best running backs in the country, in my opinion. We should have been able to trust our guys to pick up a yard in the game right there.
Love you.
Love you too, buddy. But the conservative play calling has got to change. I know that Jake Fromm has an arm. I know he can throw passes downfield because we've seen him do it in big games. We've seen him do it against Alabama, and we've seen him do it against Oklahoma. I don't know why we weren't playing that kind of football here. Thanks, CG West. What do I think about Anthony Schwartz? I don't know much about him, sir. I mean, I could tell you that I think he needs some work, and that'd probably be true. And I could tell you that, we got to wait and see what's going to happen, and that would also be true. But I don't know anything about him, so I can't really comment. I think that giving a little bit more time, if you give James Coley a little bit more time to mature and trust his passing game a little better. We've seen the passing game. We know Georgia has one. But we just got to give – I think we got to give James Coley a little more time to grow into that role because this is his first year as offensive coordinator, and he's learning as well. So I think that was a good learning experience early in the season. Again, I don't know why my eyes are itching like crazy. I think that if you're going to have a bad game, it's better to have it early in the year so that you can learn from it. You can make the adjustments. I think that there was a lot of push from the fan base about how conservative the play calling was, and I think Kirby Smart's probably going to learn from it. I mean, he came out in a press conference and said they needed to do a better job of getting it downfield, so at least he's willing to look at how to correct himself as well. Trying to figure out if Texas A&M is really this bad or Arkansas is taking a step forward. Arkansas is not taking a step forward. A&M is just playing like hot garbage. It's one of those things where they think that when you think you're going to go out there and just win a game and you get mollywopped, if Arkansas was as good of a team as Texas A&M, they'd be working them. Texas A&M's offense just needs a lot of work. Let's say they might get a touchdown here, though. Oh, he got pushed out at about the 4. Do I have a college pick'em? What are you calling a pick'em, Braden? Are you talking about like spreads and things like that? Hey, what's going on, Jonathan? Aggie just being Aggie, yeah, pretty much. Come on, Mon. I mean, Mon's making some good throws, but I think their offensive play calling is lackluster. The Kirby Smart offense is like an old man. What's up, Patrick? Troll extraordinaire. Oh, that was pass interference, and they didn't call it. He shoved the crap out of that guy. Oh, man. It's an app. You pick your favorite team and point spread. No, I haven't done that, but I tell you what, now that I know that's out there, I'll definitely take a look at it if you guys are interested in it. And by no means should you ever believe that me picking your sports team and against the spread is going to make you $1 million. I look at what I think is going to happen, and I pick what I think is going to happen. Sometimes I'm dead on it, and sometimes I'm off by a mile. Like the Georgia Irish game or the UGA versus Notre Dame game. I had that game picked 45-21. Man, I was so incredibly far off in that game. It was silly. He was down on like the one. They're saying that's a touchdown. I bet you he was down. Hold on. Let's see that. Let's see the instant replay because I don't think he was in there. I don't think he was in there. I think he was down. I think his knee or elbow was down on like the one. Let's see. He gets hit. And he's up. Oh, he lunged. Down. I don't know. He might be in. I think he might have crossed the plane. I think that ball may have broke the plane right before his arm hit. That was a good heads-up play by him. That was incredible. They're going to review it, dude. You don't know why you took your helmet off. Nope, they're not going to review it. They're going to say that's a touchdown. Nice. Anthony Schwartz winning 4.27. Oklahoma 17-7. Yeah, starting to get in a rhythm now. Starting to think George Pickens is overrated. He had 0 catches against Notre Dame and 2 touchdown drops. Well, Alex, you could say that, but if you go back and watch those plays, there was actually some pretty horrendous pass interference on those. And I don't care how good you are. You can be Ronnie Lott. And if somebody's holding your jersey back, keeping you out of that route, you ain't going to catch a ball. George Pickens has every bit of the ability to be one of the best wide receivers in college football. You go back and look at some of the catches he's made, his attention to space, where his body is, where the ball is, how he needs to land and protect the football. He's incredible. I just think Jake Fromm needs to get a little more rhythm with him. Henry Ruggs is probably one of the best receivers in college football as well. That guy is absolutely incredible. What's up, Johnny Red Dot? The old Sharky Sharks, huh? Bartholomew says George Pickens is greater than A.J. Green. We'll have to see. Pickens is incredible, though. He's probably one of the best wide receivers I've seen at University of Georgia in 10 years. And probably won't see another one like him for another 10 years. Let me check the... Hey, Tiger Raven, you finally made it, dude. Everybody was asking where you were at, man. Everybody was asking. What's going on this Wisconsin game? Can't wait to go to the Ravens-Brown game tomorrow. Man, I just can't get into pro ball, man. I just can't. Bama's wide receiver playing rock, paper, scissors to see who would win. No, I didn't see that. Was Chris Conley our only 1,000-yard receiver? I don't think so. I thought A.J. Green was a 1,000-yard receiver. I think there was a year where I can't remember if it was one of the Crabtrees. I think was a 1,000-yard receiver, but it's been a long time ago. I'm thinking you're talking like Aaron Murray days of old. I have not seen Pickens catch in practice. I don't watch much practice. But who has Pickens played though? What's up, Southern Buck? Yeah, Georgia's always been a run the ball team, and we've actually always done pretty good with it. But I think Kirby Smart's trying to move the team in the right direction, but I think he's a little nervous moving that ball or moving that needle in that direction towards throwing the ball. But we'll see. And Northwestern is playing them tough, man. Playing them tough. What's going on, Tram Dog? It's pretty unusual to see. So far this season, Wisconsin's pretty much blown out everybody they've played. Right now, I don't know if they're having a hangover game from last week or what's going on, but they look like the uniforms are ugly for one. They look like hot garbage out here, dude. I mean, they look like a Boy Scout team. They almost threw an interception. Oh, dude, what was that? Man, Wisconsin's falling apart right now. TCU fumbled the punt return and wait a minute, fumbled the punt and then returned it for a touchdown. What? Let me go see that. What channel is that on? Is that on ABC? I'm just having to go find my eye drops, guys. My eyes get to itching. It's terrible. I can't deal with that stuff. Those of you that have watched over the years, you guys know I just cannot. Here he goes. Here he goes. Oh, he ran into his own man. Did he get called back or something? Crazy. All right, guys. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna run upstairs. I gotta find my eye drops. I'll be right back. So you guys hang tight. What's up, Tiny? Hey, Boogie, Boogie, Boogie. Come on.
You're screaming that time.
I gotta find my eye drops.
Hold on, YouTube. He will be back in a second. I want to know why he's in my room.
Woo. Almost ready, guys. Hang tight. All right. Woo. Sorry about that, guys. 33, 32, 33, 34. What are y'all doing? I went to the store to buy snacks. No, I had to go get some eye drops, man. My eyes start itching and it just doesn't quit, dude. It's crazy. You guys counting how long I was gone or something? I did, however, find these upstairs. So, how many more titles Bama wins? I don't know about that. Oh, this Barack's made it to the party, guys. Randomly count to pass the time. Yeah, sorry about that, man. I can only tolerate so much. Sometimes it'll start itching and it'll quit. And then sometimes it just itches and itches and itches, and I got to get up and go get something. They make a they're making eye drops for allergy relief, and I have a bottle of it somewhere, and it's usually what I use, and it makes it quit. But right now I'm just having to use regular eye drops. So in a little while I'll probably have to run up to the store and buy some more allergy ones. Arkansas game. Man, Oklahoma 24-7. Listen, that game was already out of control. Illegal shift. Texas A&M, Arkansas. Watch live. Yeah. He's like, why is he in my room? I was like, because I want to be. Arkansas are knocking on the door. Oh, threw an interception. Wow. That Arkansas guy just got his bell rung. It was helmet-to-helmet contact. Chopsticks are for wusses. I can't eat them Flamin' Hot Cheetos, man. I can't eat them things. It was deflected. That guy was like, look what I found. There he is. We were just talking about you. Yeah. I'm gonna have to ask. What, son? Like that much? Like 5? Should be. I'm probably gonna get it for less though. What's up? I love Cheetos. I love Cheetos so much I don't buy them because I will eat the whole freaking bag. Clemson has looked a little rough, I admit, but I mean, that's what happens whenever you stop taking steroids. I need eye drops when I watch Gus Miles on Trick Plays. No, really, the reason I had to go get these was because I found out that they're really good for cramps. Garden salsa sun chips are good, but every now and then I gotta have my Cheetos. Just like every now and then I gotta have Oreos. It is a beautiful day outside today. I gotta get my weed eater fixed, man. It's that secret sauce, man. That's what it is. And Chester Cheetah wishes he was a Bulldog. We don't play anybody today, sir. Today's a bye week for Georgia. I'm really just kind of doing the stream for everybody else. Everybody else has got a game on. Oreos inside a bowl of Fruity Pebbles. That sounds disgusting. Son is a low-crawling idiot. Wish we had sun up here in Syracuse, New York. What? Touchdown, Arkansas. What? No way. Tell me they throw a pick 6, dude. Oh, he fumbled it. Oh, scoop and score. Woo! I think that's the most points Arkansas has scored in a year. What do they got to do to these cheerleaders to convince them to put on a uniform that says hog on the front of it? Nebraska is not going to pull off an upset. And Sarah, you forgot one thing. Coffee. But you got the rest of it dead on. Lucky Charms, Cheetos, Oreos, and coffee. Kick this PAT. Woo, looks like we got ourselves a ball game, y'all. I can't believe Arkansas get fans to just show up, man. Oh, it was the handoff. I thought it was the lick. Incredible. Oh, yeah, coffee and Boston Butts. See, I'm not smoking anything yet. I still got my smoker in the garage after we moved. Who's my top 12 ranking in college football? No particular order. Let me finish these Cheetos. Top 12. Georgia, Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, LSU, Texas, Oklahoma, Notre Dame. Man, it gets tough after that. Penn State, maybe. Washington, Oregon, Auburn, LSU, something like that. But not in that order. I mean, I'd have to sit down and spend some time on it to figure out what the actual order would be. Who's my pick for the Birmingham Bowl? Come on, man. I don't know if we're going to have but maybe 4 teams in the whole SEC is going to have winning records this year. Man, I love Cheetos. Penn State are bust. It's hard to be mad at Texas A&M, man. I mean, they're basically rebuilding, and they seem to be doing okay. Defense normally does good. They're just having a bad game today. I think they thought Arkansas was just going to lay down. Arkansas came to play. Well, it's hard for me to rank Florida very high because they've got that freshman quarterback and really haven't had an opportunity to see him do much. And I'm not the only one, but a lot of fans are saying is like, how in the world can they have been playing Felipe Franks over Trask? Trask is clearly a better quarterback. I don't have any Coke right now. I'm drinking water, and I'll switch over to Dr. Pepper here in a little while. Redshirt junior. Emory is the freshman. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, I just haven't seen a lot out of him, so we'll have to wait and see. Experience, yeah. Experience matters, man. It just does. I mean, it's no different. College football is not much different than any other job. The more experience you have, the better off. But I mean, clearly there's times whenever talent will outseed experience. And from what I saw from Trask in the game, way better than Felipe Franks. He didn't look it. He looked like he'd been playing for a while. Yeah, Oklahoma's got some receivers, dude. But they've already let Texas Tech get 10 points on them. Man, sometimes I watch the Falcons, but they let me down so much I can't get behind them, man. And then just NFL in general. There's so many times that you can just watch the teams give up on plays, watch the teams give up on games. Oh, they just got the quarterback again, fumbled it again. Man, Arkansas is all over A&M. Oh, not a quarterback's limping. Kelly Mond's limping. There ain't no way, man. I can't believe they're playing this bad. This time a lineman got around, got a hand on the ball, knocked it out. Mond dives back on it, gets dog pile, and gets up limping. I don't know if it's shoulders. Man, we all thought Georgia was going to roll Notre Dame. And we would have if we'd have played the brand of football that we've always played. But I went back and watched part of that game. That first half was terrible. She was just too conservative. Man, Arkansas is all over them, man. Arkansas smells blood in the water. Now they pouring it on. They want that ball back. Arkansas's defense is just fired up right now. Well, I don't know if that was so much Franks as it was Jim Harbaugh being a terrible coach. I think Auburn plays a nobody team tonight. Man, they are all over this. 3rd and 20. And now it's 4th down and like 17. Man, Starkle just got helmet-to-helmet contact. So they just drove him out on a golf course. He got a concussion. Is it arm? It's not good, man. It's one of their best guys. Virginia, Notre Dame. I'll take Notre Dame, but they could have a hangover game from being beat up from playing against Georgia, so it's hard to say. That was a very physical game. Hey, what's up, Jones? It's Mr. Spoon Jones. I love that guy's name. He punted the crap out of that ball. Where'd it land at? The 30. Oh! Go, turn it upfield. Turn it upfield. Turn. Nice block. Oh, yeah, hurdle the guy. Woo, down to the 40. Moving. I don't know why we don't make that a night game. Probably because everybody be drunk by the time the game started. Woo. That was like a 30 or 40 yard return right there. That was incredible. Made a guy miss right out of the gate. Yeah, I live in North Georgia, Jay. He made a guy miss, turned the corner, got a couple of good blocks, hurdled the guy, ran on the sideline, man. Pitted some great yardage on a return, man. That was incredible. Chances Arkansas wins, looking better and better. At this point, I'd give them a 50-50. I think they came in the game at like 15%. But no matter what, unless Texas A&M turns the corner here and really cranks up the score on them, yeah, this bag of Cheetos is in trouble. You believe that? Alex says if Georgia played Alabama or Clemson or any top 4 ranked team like they played Notre Dame, they would get destroyed. You can't even debate whether Georgia played horrible. Well, Alex, I can understand why you might say that, but I don't think you're taking into consideration Georgia's defense. Georgia's defense is incredible. We playing against the big games, yeah, and we execute them pretty well. If you don't believe that Georgia can play on the field with anybody at any time, why don't you ask Alabama if they want to play us 3 games back to back? The answer's gonna be no. Because both times those games were down to the wire. If Georgia can do that consistently, I mean, we can beat Oklahoma. Same coach, same quarterback. I don't have a problem with what we're doing. The defense this year looks to be the best we've had in several years. When I was a kid, our grandparents used to take us into town. This is back when they had Pepsi bottles that was in glass. I can remember my fingers looking like this, drinking that Pepsi bottle. That Pepsi bottle had this stuff all over it, man. I think that Alabama's wide receivers make Tua look really good. Now Tua's a good quarterback, but I think his receivers help him out a lot. Raking off this 4 or 5 layers of cheese over here. I mean, if I had to play, if you told me right now that next week we had to play Alabama or Clemson next Saturday for the national championship with the team we have now, with nobody hurt, I'd be fine with that. I would believe that Georgia could stand its ground. Chat bar here. Same reason Texas OU is always a day game. You can't give that many fans on both schools all day to drink. It would be ugly. That is a fact. I mean, Georgia-Florida game has always been a rivalry game. Half of the games Georgia plays is a dead blame rivalry game. Oh, my goodness. Georgia Tech game, rivalry game. It's called clean old-fashioned hate. Georgia-Auburn game is known as the old South, the Deep South's oldest rivalry. Obviously, Georgia-Alabama is a rivalry game. Georgia-Florida is a rivalry game. And for years, Georgia versus South Carolina was a rivalry game whenever we played Spurrier because we could never seem to beat that guy. And then turn around and Tennessee was a rivalry game for a long time because it would go back and forth between Georgia and Tennessee. And it used to beat our teeth in, and then we'd turn around and beat them back. And if you look at one of the biggest highlighted watch reels is Larry Munson calling the game against Tennessee when we beat them, said that we just crushed their face with a hobnail boot. I mean, it's one of those sayings in college football that's been around for forever. So, I mean, like I said, pretty much everybody we play is a dead blame rivalry. Everybody hates UGA, man, including the guys at ESPN. They hate us. That Kirk Herbstreit, what an idiot. This guy actually got on national television and said that he believed that Notre Dame losing to Georgia strengthened their chances at getting in a college football playoff. Excuse me, sir. Are you on that stuff? Because you look like you're on that stuff when you make comments like that. Arkansas is running the ball. Look at this. This guy just ran over like 6 players and got a first down. I bet he had 10 yards after contact and drug 3 guys over the first down. That looks like good old-fashioned, old-school Arkansas football, man. Yeah. Georgia's like Texas, where everybody's rival. When you see Georgia, Alabama, touchdown. Man, what a catch. He was wearing that guy like a trench coat. Incredible. That right there was a heck of a catch. A heck of a toss, too. 3rd and 24, Oklahoma. Really? I'll tell you what, though, man. Looking at these Arkansas fans, I'm going to tell you right now. Hold on. Let me see if I can back that up. No, it won't let me back it up. There was a guy with a homemade T-shirt that was cut up to look like a wife beater, but it was a belly button shirt. It had an Arkansas pig suey on the front, and the guy had SEC wrote in black Sharpie marker on his belly. He had a neck beard and a mullet. Arkansas football has changed, but the fans over there have not. I can say that because I've been to Arkansas. That's how they are there. Look at this catch, dude. The guy pulling on his jersey. Man, nice catch. Yeah, I'm not too worried about. Hey, what's up, Nicholas? I am not too worried about A&M now. Wait a minute. What do I think of the Bravos? I like the Atlanta Braves. I've been to a couple of their games. Baseball is one of those sports where I like to watch it when there's really, really good pitching or a lot of hitting. If it's not one of those two, man, I'll just about fall asleep. It's a good game, though. This Texas A&M game is a good game. If you guys aren't watching this game, you should be. It's incredible. There's one girl right here surrounded by like 60 guys in uniform. And she's not talking to anyone, she's just looking all around. Head 1142 says, you seem to be a guy who knows this stuff. And you know we have to get a chip to get respected nationally. Maybe the Herb guy criticism will be motivation. Hardware. Oh, A&M just picked up a first down. The thing I hate is that you have these announcers that, and these Cheetos are taking a hurt, and I ain't gonna lie. I told you I love Cheetos, I wasn't joking. And believe it or not, there's still like half a bag left. I opened them too. There's still half a bag left. Bray says pick 6 Arkansas. Let's see if he's right. Hold on. Drops back to pass. Getting pressured. Nope, tries to pick up first down. And, ooh, takes a shot. Trolling me, Braden. Trolling me. All right. I have successfully satisfied my craving for Cheetos. I'm gonna wash my hands. I'll be right back. Kelly Mine, hold up. Pass. Throw out of bounds. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Ah, yeah, well, it didn't take as long that time. Uncle Luke, right now I'm watching the Texas A&M Arkansas game. Justin Fields is an incredible athlete, and I'm glad that he's doing well up there. He didn't do well when he was at Georgia, but is that because the system wasn't designed to match him? Don't know. Hard to say. Jimbo regretting joining the SEC West. What's up, son? Kelly Mon, slant.
Did you see me
Boom.
run past the window?
Yes, I did.
Of course.
Your shadow flickered across the wall. How can I not see it? Texas A&M.
Oh, hi, Binks.
Yeah, he's been in here. Yeah, I watch on, well, PlayStation Vue, which is different. I mean, it's part of the PlayStation Network, but you can watch it on any smart device. And I like that because I can watch it on Fire Stick, I can watch it on a tablet, I can watch it on the PlayStation itself, I can watch it on my phone. If you guys are struggling with finding a carrier that carries all of the games, what's in the cage behind me? That is a bearded dragon. That's my son's bearded dragon. I think he's pretty good size. But PlayStation Vue, I think it cost me like $50 a month, and I have every channel that you can possibly get, with the exception of like HBO, Stars, and Showtime. I watch all the live channels. I get local television. I get local news. I get local weather. I get the military channel, travel channel, destination, you name them. I got them. Every football channel. I got all the ESPNs. The SEC network, I can get the Longhorn network on it, but I don't pay for it because I don't watch the Longhorn network. I think it's ridiculous that one team should have its own network. That's just ridiculous. The ACC network, the Big Ten network, I get all that stuff. What does it say? Bye week is currently beating Georgia 33-7. Sir, I'm going to get you a bridge so you can hang out under it if you're going to be that big of a troll. Jesse Jones says, hey, what part of UGA do you live in? I'm only 20 minutes from Athens. We got to hang out sometime, like watching your live stream. You like watching the live stream, bro? Hell, give me something to do since we don't have this week's. Well, yeah, streaming is definitely the way to go. I live north, pretty much due north of Atlanta, off 575. I live way up here, so I'm probably a good 90 miles or so from Athens. But yeah, next time I come to town, do even have to hang out. All right, Oklahoma is 24-10. Oklahoma drops back. Jalen throws the ball, touchdown, corner the end zone. Made it look easy. So that game is now getting out of hands. Uncle Luke says, "Go Braves." Are they playing right now? Let's see. What was that other game I was watching? Oklahoma. Oh, Northwestern and Wisconsin. That's the one I wanted to see. Flipping over to that now. Still 7-3 at the half. It's going. Well, let's look at 1 second. 3rd and 8. What are they doing here? Is Wisconsin really gonna like try to do something here? Why would you not just kneel the? Maybe it's a. Man, how about that? Total yards for the game for Northwestern 120, for Wisconsin 127. Both teams have 7 first downs, and it looks like Wisconsin's almost at 50% for third down conversions, and Northwestern's only like 25%. Hold on, snap the ball, 1 second left, and plenty of time to throw. Throws it, steps out of bounds, out of time. You think Mac Brown can work his magic and beat Clemson tonight? No. I think Mac Brown's been out of football too long to be able to pull off that kind of performance. Man, very few fans were more excited about that game than me. Watching them get beat was just made my day. I was so sick and tired of hearing UCF fans, "We're national champs, we're national." Okay, you had your one little moment there, now shut up and let's get back to football. Nobody, we're willing to say, hey, you had a good football season. But fans and teams in the Power 5, we look at you guys like, all right, we get it. All right, shut up. We're tired of hearing it. And then they get out there and it's like that little chihuahua that won't shut up. So it's like, yap. And you're like, get out of here with that noise. I call them puntables. Get away from me. And so they go out there and lose to Pitt, and we're like, yeah, see, that's what happens when you play Power 5 conference teams all the time. You can't just go out there and steamroll them. I mean, if Georgia, Alabama, Florida, I mean, even South Carolina, if they went out there and all that they played was independent teams or whatever all the time from those, Division II schools or Division III or Division 10 schools or whatever it is, I mean, you could go undefeated too. But when you've got a month to prepare for a team, it's a big difference. And when you got to play one every week, next man up, you take injuries, people get hurt. By the time you play through a tough conference, you're going to have trouble. You just are. My battery is at 9%, so we're going to go a little bit longer, and then we're going to jump off, guys. Texas A&M about to score. Again? Man, I just flipped over. Let me go back to that game. Untested procedure. Huh. I'll tell you what, so far, this has been an interesting game. I mean, I'm not a fan of either team, but it's been an interesting game. Did he catch it? And, ooh, nice fingertip. Oh, no, I hit the ground. That's incomplete. Yeah, they're going to immediately say that's incomplete. He didn't have possession of that ball. The ball can touch the ground, but it can't help you make the catch. Like, for instance, if you catch the ball with both hands and then you roll across the ground, but the ball never moves, it stays exactly in your hands the way it was, that's a catch. But if you hit it and the ball pops up and then you catch it, that's not a catch. That's not even close to being a catch. Cal lost last night. I don't even know how they got to the top 25 anyway. It's crazy. Why is this taking so long to determine? I mean, he throws the ball, and I do like that it hit his fingers, and the receiver had the presence of mind. He kind of flipped it up, and then it's loose in that hand. He never had possession. Rolls over his arm. That is not a catch. UJ will steamroll Tennessee next week. Oh, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. All teams have been trashed at some point. That is true. There's you have to go a little further back for some teams. Like Georgia has had a winning. I think we've had a 10-win season. I don't know how many times in the past decade or so, but I mean, there's been times in our past when we were 4-win teams. I don't even think it'll be 47-10, Luke. I mean, I think it'd be lucky to be 47-7 or 47-3. I mean, they just. Can you imagine those guys, trying to get those guys to pull their head up and look at Georgia and go, we're going to go beat those guys, and Georgia's coming off a top 10 win and had a week to prepare for you? No way. No way. No way. Georgia's going to trounce them. Tennessee looks terrible, but would still be the second best team in the ACC. I don't know, man. 54-3 sounds about right. I would go with 54-3. That ball hits the ground and rolls over his arm. That is clearly not a catch. 48-13 Ole Miss. I will say 48-7, Dwayne. Ole Miss's offense is terrible. Has Georgia won 900 wins all time? Well, sir, no. I don't know any team that has 900 wins. Uh-oh, Texas A&M rounded the corner. Can he get there? Touchdown, Texas A&M. 8 seconds to go before the half. Woo! They making it a game, ain't they? I don't know who gets it back after the half, but only 8 seconds to go. This game could go either way at this point. Well, guys, I got like almost no battery left on my phone. We'll see. I'm gonna charge it up. Might do another live show later, but it's, we'll probably do a recap later on this evening or later tonight. And I really appreciate you guys jumping on. Thanks so much for tuning in. You guys have a great day. That's right. God bless. Go Dogs.